Hello, welcome to October's Horror Movie Marathon Fest. It's day 22, and who knew that 22 could be an unlucky number? Today I watched Ughlucky Charms. This is a full moon picture from 2013, directed by Charles Band, written by Dominic Muir and Kent Roudbush. Something. I don't know. The cast includes a bunch of people like somebody. Charlie O'Connell, Seth Peterson, Gerald Prescott, and others. Charlie O'Connell. This is probably his greatest role since he was in Two-Headed Shark Attack. Seth Peterson, I really liked his part in this. And it was driving me crazy trying to figure out where I knew him from. And he was Michael Weston's brother on Burn Notice, for anybody that watched that. But anyway, it's Ughlucky Charms. I kind of thought this was just going to be a Leprechaun ripoff. And it's not. What you have is 5 models in a competition to be the spokesperson for a line of lingerie and such, for Dee Dee DeVille's line of lingerie. So it's a reality show thing. It's got cameras everywhere, 3 judges, but the models start disappearing. And things get weird, and of course, at the very first thing, we, the viewers, are introduced to the Leprechaun and his cohorts. But they aren't the bad guys in this movie. It's really a strange movie. As I said, it's a modeling competition. People start disappearing because somebody is using the Ughlucky Charms to control these mythical creatures to do their bidding. Now, I used to be a huge fan of full moon movies. Back in the day, there was a certain charm, a certain, dare I say, elegance to their low-budget productions. They made some really entertaining movies, and some that were actually quite good. But lately, they feel like the Sci-Fi Channel of horror, with movies like this that are just cheesy and not in necessarily a good way. As I said, Charlie O'Connell's best performance since Two-Headed Shark Attack, which isn't saying anything at all because his performance in Two-Headed Shark Attack was crap. His performance in this is about the same. There is a little bit of clever dialogue. The creatures... I'm no makeup artist, but, I couldn't do what's on screen. But they look like they were made by people on Face Off who were eliminated from Face Off. Actually, not as bad as some of the worst things I've seen on Face Off, but some of the best stuff I've seen on Face Off blows this makeup out of the water. There's a Cyclops, and I just couldn't. Obviously, they need to do something so the actor inside the makeup can see, but it just looked like a guy squinting. It was like a Cyclopsy monster version of Gilbert Gottfried. Just not very good. There's no violence, really. There is nudity. But man, fake boobs just don't do it for me at all. It's just, I like a natural woman. Not that that's what the movie's about, but it's, there's not plenty. There's some nudity, as I said, in this film, and it's almost distracting as a bad makeup when you have just what looks like a bad makeup because they're just rock hard fake boobs. Although I guess that has nothing to do with whether the movie's any good or not. I think there were some interesting moments that got lost in the movie and were never... I would have been more interested in exploring that, some of the personalities of the characters, the 5 models. Especially there's the one that's the super bitch, but she confesses a little something to one of the other models, and it's not clear if it's true or not. You know, is she playing the other model? I would have liked to have seen a little more development there. Not that this is some magnum opus film, it's a full moon movie. But when they're able, they can obviously make good, entertaining movies. But this falls flat. It just does. I do like that the monsters aren't the monsters in this movie. You could, I suppose, if you really want to try to analyze this, I suppose the message is that humans are the monsters. I suppose you could take away the message of it's about our shallow culture and the lengths people will go to maintain the shallow things that they think are important. I'm not sure that's what they were going for. I don't know that they put that much thought into it. It did say original story idea by Charles Band, and we're at a point where I think, and I could be completely wrong, maybe I'm just being cynical, but I'm at the point where I just think Charles Band was sitting at the breakfast table eating some kids cereal and looked at the box and said, "Lucky Charms? How about Unlucky Charms?" And then just gave that went to the 2 writers and said, "Hey, I got a title for a movie. It's Unlucky Charms. Make something." I just get that feeling sometimes. You know, their titles are tending to just be plays on words. Ginger Dead Man and Unlucky Charms and things like that. And it's just, we found a title that sounds, again, like Sci-Fi Channel. Here's a title that sounds cool. Let's see if we can come up with something that will fit. I'm spending way too much time talking about a movie that was really disappointing. Very, very few good things, so I'm going to be generous and give this 4 out of 10 turns on the catwalk. I could have gone for the obvious Unlucky Charms. No, 4 out of 10 turns on the catwalk. It's not actually the worst full movie I've ever seen. Possibly the worst of the movies I've watched this month so far. Tremors 5 was probably the most disappointing simply because it was a Tremors film that let me down. I didn't have as high expectation. Not that I try not to go in with any expectations, but anyway, all right. So this is turning into one of the longest of my little October quick reviews, and it's for a movie I didn't even really like. I guess I'm trying to find something redeeming, but there's just so little there. So 4 out of 10 turns on the catwalk for Unlucky Charms on October 22nd. So that's it. Just a little over a week to go. We're almost at the finish line, and I'll see you next time.